Hi there! Today I'm going to talk about the back and shoulders. We always talk about dancers having a good posture. Despite the aesthetic of having an elongated back, having a good posture is very important as it protects the spine from impacts during movement. Since many muscles and nerves are connected to the spine, it is also there to enable their proper functioning. Our back has natural curves that we don't always respect. The arched back or figure S, this posture will put a lot of pressure on your lower back. Also, you don't have control over your abdominals fully. Your chin is down and you definitely don't look right. The hunched back, or vulture position, should I say? This position will put a lot of pressure in the back of your neck. You will again not have control over your abdominals, and it's not very pretty to look at. This is also encouraged by crossing your arms or putting your elbows on the table. We definitely don't want that. We want to elongate our back to protect it as straight as possible, pulling our ears up to the ceiling and dropping our tailbone down to the floor. That's right. So lift your belly button, drop your sitting bones down, make sure your rib cage is forward on top of your hips, and lift your ears up to the ceiling. The shoulders play an important role in helping the back to be straight. Not like this. So to have a straight back, all you need to do is lift your arms up and you'll see your shoulder blades are sliding already back into position. Then lift your ears up to the ceiling. Then after that, it's a question of training your muscles to keep that position as you stand. So lengthen your neck, pull your ears up to the ceiling, lift your shoulders and rotate them back and out and down. A little bit like having two Africas in your back and you slide them down and away from each other. Instead of letting go of your shoulder blades and worse, your back. So you want to lift your ears up to the ceiling, lift your shoulders and drop them down and out. And as you can see, my elbows are automatically lifted towards the second position. After that, it's a question of training your muscle to remain in that position no matter what your arms do. Let me show you how it looks from the front. This is me slouching my back. So I pull my ears up to the ceiling and I lift my shoulders up, rotate them out and down into a proper opened chest position. This is what you get if you jump with an arched back. It's very exaggerated here, but even with a smaller arch, in the end, you will really hurt your lumbar, the lower part of your back. With a hunched back, this is how it looks. And there, the tension and pain will go in your neck. Jumping with a straight back looks much better, but also, and most importantly, it is much safer. Here I am jumping in attitude devant with a straight back. I lift my ears up to the ceiling, drop my tailbone down, my weight is fully placed on that supporting leg, and I push off, keeping that alignment of my spine nice and straight going to the ceiling. If I lose it, well, you can see my head is going all over the place and my landing is, well, not very good. Let me show you from the front. To have a good temps levé in attitude devant or jump, you need to be aware of that line, center line that I talked about in my previous video. It is very important, and you need to keep it as you jump and as you land. If you lose it, well, there you are again, and this is the way towards injuries. So that center line is quite important. Here I am, sideway, jumping with a straight back, thinking about my center line. If I have a hunched back or an arched back, I will lose control of my landing. So remember, you want to lift your ears up to the ceiling, drop your tailbone down to the floor, and think about that center line when you jump. In arabesque, it's a little bit different because your pelvis is tilted, but nevertheless, if you've got a hunched back, your shoulders are not held, you will be out of control. With an arched back, it will be the same as well. Plus, you will definitely hurt your back. You want to lengthen your spine, but instead of up and down, you want to go up and over forward and then long behind you, just like this. With a sideway bend, many of us think that it's a bend from the waist. As a result, we sink down and lose control of our abdominals. When you do a port de bras sideway, you want to lift off your waist and think about the opposite side where you're going, lengthening it up and reaching far away. And let me show you on the other side. So I've got a straight back and I'm just going to bend from my waist downwards, losing control of my abdominals. Or I lift up and I'm going to think about my right side lifting over and reaching far to the left. And you see how further side I can go. Although épaulement comes from the word épaule, which means shoulder in French, when you do an épaulement, you shouldn't involve your shoulders at all. Basically, épaulement is just a twist of the spine. As you can see there, I'm holding my shoulders in place and I'm twisting my spine. There I showed you my maximum twist. You don't need to twist that much. And you definitely don't want to twist with your shoulders involved. Let me show you how it looks from the front. So I'm going to turn the center of my chest to the side and keep my shoulders nice and wide open. There you are. And this is épaulement, keeping my head to the front. This is a very strong épaulement, much more like in character. In ballet it would be a bit softer. And here it is with the shoulders involved. Definitely not. With the back bend is a little bit like the sideway bend. Many people just drop from the waist and go as far as they can. As a result, they lose the control of their abdominals, and coming up is really hard. And this is why I've got my head coming up first, because it's the heaviest part of my body. And it really is not the right way. Let me show you again. And sit down into my hips, and there we go. Oof, gosh, it hurts just looking at it. Another mistake is to actually twist your spine to try to achieve more. So I go up and then I go, yeah, I can go really, really, really far. But actually I don't, because my back is completely twisted. And again, I've lost control of my abdominals. So a port de bras back is very much more about going up, actually. So going back, I'm going to lift my rib cage up then my ribs, then my belly button, thinking up as I go back. As a result, I've got the control of my abdominals, and to come back, all I need to do is to recover those abdominals, shorten them, and there you are. To make a beautiful port de bras forward, you need to fold from the hips with a straight back as far as you can, making a table, then relax down, looking at your knees. Make sure you don't relax your shoulders and don't look at the floor. So you want to look at your knees and keep your shoulder blades in position. To come up, you need to roll up one vertebra at a time, keeping the same distance between your hand and head. And there you are. Let me show you from the side. I fold from my hips with a straight back. Once I reach my maximum, I relax down, looking at my knees, without looking at the floor, without relaxing my shoulders, but keeping those shoulder blades in place. Then I roll up, all of this keeping my weight onto my toes and coming back with the same distance between my arms and head. I hope you liked my little video and found it useful. Don't forget to leave some comments, ask questions, and subscribe. Bye!